Hello again, Mythology. Mr. Reynolds here with the story of Prometheus and Pandora's box. Kind of a two-for-one deal today. So Prometheus was the titan of intelligence, and he was also a trickster. And he gets himself in trouble with Zeus. Ends up getting chained to a mountain, having his liver eaten out by eagles or vultures, depending on your version of the story, on a daily basis, until ultimately he gets rescued. How did this happen, you ask? Good question. Well, there's two things that went wrong. First of all, Prometheus decided to play a trick on Zeus one day. He says, okay, man, I'm going to give you two different presents. And like this old game show called Let's Make a Deal, do you want the really good one that you know is here, or do you want what might be in this other box that looks really appealing? And he tricks Zeus into taking the Zonk prize. The one contained this really great meal. The other was just the bones of the animals, and he tricked Zeus into choosing the bones, and so Zeus gets very upset. But the main thing that Prometheus does to really tick Zeus off, Prometheus likes humans, and Zeus kind of doesn't. Zeus is a bit of a jerk. And so Prometheus decides that humans need some help. Mankind has been created, animals have been created, and somehow animals got all the good stuff. His brother Epimetheus gave the animals the claws and the horns and the antlers and the fur and the bulky size and everything else that many animals have that make them dangerous, and he felt humans had no way to protect themselves, so he stole fire from the gods and gave fire to the humans. Well, Zeus didn't want humans to have fire, and so he figured the humans are going to overthrow him. They'll get too powerful. They don't need this fire thing. So he was holding it back and wouldn't let the humans have it. Prometheus steals the fire, gives it to mankind, and that's ultimately why he ends up chained to Mount Caucasus, having his liver eaten daily. All right, don't worry. He gets off the hook soon. We'll talk about Hercules and how he gets rescued. Well, Epimetheus gets punished as well, as does mankind. And the punishment for mankind was a girl named Pandora, the first woman. Okay? And so Pandora, her function, basically, she's very curious. She's the first human woman created, and her function is just to be a punishment to mankind. So Zeus makes the woman Pandora first and makes her insanely curious about everything. He then gives her a box and says, don't open it. Whatever you do. All right. Well, Pandora can't resist herself and opens the box, and as most of us know, releases all the evils into the world that we know today. Sickness and war and famine and all things bad. All right, and there's one other thing in the box, and that is hope. And there's some debate among scholars and people who study this story. Besides all the evils, why is hope in there? Was hope meant as kind of one good thing to give mankind to hold on to? Or was it meant to be evil? We have hope because it causes us to want what we can't have and forever be depressed, chasing after the impossible. And it's up to your interpretation of the story. Some people say, well, Zeus would have put that in there as an evil because Zeus didn't like mankind. Others say, well, maybe Zeus had a soft spot in his heart. And there's also the interpretation, maybe Prometheus might have snuck it in there somehow. Either way, that's kind of your essay response that you need to do on Schoology, your speech. What's your take on hope, and whether it's a positive, a negative, or maybe it depends on your situation? Could be all of the above. But anyway, that's the quick version of Pandora's box.